So I was just watching a video, and it's two like really young. They look like maybe they're 18. I'm not good at judging kids' ages, but they're very young, and they record them. They're rappers, and they record themselves listening to songs they have not heard from the past before. And this particular one was Phil Collins in the Air Tonight, and it's so
Oh yeah.
cute. They're like literally when it like goes into the beat like 3 minutes in, they're like, what? Their like mind is blown. They're like, who starts a beat at the end of the song? It was so funny. The reaction was
right?
so like sincere and so funny.
They're not wrong. That song fucking is that song is dope. What do they say? It smacks.
It smacks.
Is that what they say today? It slaps.
Oh, I honestly don't know. Slaps? That sounds right. I bet you it's both.
It does something
with an S
that would be violent if you did it towards your mother.
Yeah.
So happy that you smack your mom. I don't know. You've heard that. Speaking of which, I made a mistake today. Apparently, I was outside and I stepped on some crack. And Simon Cowell fell off his fucking electric bike and broke his back. My bad. Sorry, Simon Cowell.
That's a bummer. Breaking your back's not fun. It happened to me once.
Oh, yeah. Oh, so is it too soon? Can we not make back-breaking jokes?
It's been a while. It's been a long time. That was the fall of 09.
But you didn't. You didn't do it on an electric bike.
I did not. I fell right off a cliff.
Did you know that you are more likely to get struck by lightning? You are more likely to get attacked by a terrorist, being in a terrorist attack. You are more likely to get COVID-19 than you are likely to break your back on an electric bike.
Well,
I just made that statistic up.
Damn it! Every time
that may or may not be true.
Wow, your knowledge impresses me.
Yeah. So I don't know, but yeah, our hearts go out to Simon Cowell. Sorry, sir. Somebody
broke back cow.
Stepped on a crack. Yeah. This is the Higher Minds podcast.
Welcome.
And I'm Papa Darby.
I'm Katie.
You are welcome too.
So,
how's your week been?
Good. This week went by so fast. So fast. So,
yeah.
Nothing really eventful. I kind of laid low this week.
Been.
So, went to the beach today.
Yeah.
It's like my Sunday routine.
Don Johnson likes our show.
Yeah, he does. Who else?
It's fantastic. Oh, and yes, we need to report that we have Gilbert Gottfried in our basement. We kidnapped him. And he's now making endorsement videos for us. So
we really appreciate that.
Ransom.
You're doing great work down there. Thank you.
Yeah. So that's cool. We've gotten a flurry, a slew of celebrity endorsements. Yay!
Top-notch endorsements.
Totally not paid for.
Not at all.
These actors are doing it out of the goodness of their hearts.
Yeah.
And because they really like the show.
Yeah.
I see you are noticeably crossing your fingers there.
Like someone needed to do it. I'm not a good liar, so.
Yeah. I noticed. When you told your mom a lie, did you like cross your fingers like to your side and shit?
Didn't, because I'm terrible at it. Everyone knows immediately. I turn red. I get like fidgety. I just have to tell the truth. A, I'm not a good liar. B, I can't remember shit. I just gotta tell the truth so I can know. Maybe I might remember what actually happened. There's no way I'm remembering things I made up. So, yeah.
Well, maybe that's what makes you a good podcaster, because the truth is always more entertaining.
Well, I've been told I'm entertaining. Or at least the weird things that happen.
Yeah. So to get to release your Wade conscious, no, those actors were paid.
Yeah. But man.
But thank you.
Nonetheless, awesome. So.
Yeah. We actually did get rejected by a few
Rude.
actors. We didn't get rejected by any A-listers, though. That's kind of funny.
Yeah.
We got accepted by a couple. And thank you. Thank you, Mr. Watts. Thank you, Mr. Muse. Thank you, Mr. Johnson. Thank you, Mr. Gottfried.
Yeah. Thank you.
We are super appreciative and grateful.
We are. We appreciate you taking the money.
And
of service.
You know who is a good teacher of gratitude?
Tell me.
Martha Stewart.
Oh, I love Martha. So much.
It's good.
You know
what I was gonna do?
Tell me.
I was for research for this. I was gonna send you. Do you ever watch Saturday Night Live Sweaty Balls?
Yeah.
With you see that?
Yeah.
I was gonna have you practice your NPR voice.
Ah.
Yes, it's good.
Yes.
I don't remember the fucking thing, but
you should have told me. I would have worked on it.
They like to cook their sweaty balls over medium heat, braised with some Merlot, add some Worcestershire, and a clove. For some sweaty balls.
You're doing great.
The proper way to eat sweaty balls is not to chew, but to lightly suck.
Oh.
Keep them in your mouth.
And
allow the drool to fall out of your mouth.
It's sounding like your own personal fantasy all of a sudden.
Sweaty balls. A delicious, delicious delicacy. Anyway, that's my NPR voice.
So, Martha, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. She's a good thing.
It's a good thing.
And we're talking about her, so.
Is she always a good thing?
I mean, are any of
good
us?
Good thing? Where have you gone? Doop doop, my good thing. No? Finding the Cannibals? From the 80s?
I mean, it just took me a minute to realize what you were singing. No offense,
yeah, because that was a really good. No. That was a great cover. Do you remember Finding the Cannibals?
Yes, I do.
From the 80s?
Once you started singing,
really,
and I recognize, yeah, I do. I know older music much better than current music.
Actually, I do too.
So, thanks, Mom.
Because older music slaps, smacks,
slaps,
slaps,
slushes.
It smushes. It gently rubs against you.
Martha. She's a
Martha.
hustler.
So, we are going to talk about Martha. This was okay. We wanted to do one more happy and pleasant and light episode before we get into something super dark next week. Next week is going to be heavy. Next week is going to make everybody cry.
I'm going to bring extra
I'm going to cry. Yes. And dab the phone. Dab, dab. But today, we are going to talk about Martha Stewart. So, Chaucer once wrote Hemsley, DeGeneres, and Stewart. And of these three, Stewart was the finest. I also made that shit up. Chaucer didn't know any of those people. But I compare him to Helmsley and DeGeneres because Stewart, I kind of wanted to make a point that Martha Stewart has been called a bitch. And whereas she very well may be, nobody ever called fucking Lee Iacocca a bitch. Nobody called Carnegie a bitch. They were all assholes. So when Martha, and to give Martha equal respect, I will call her asshole when it's appropriate. Because, I mean, she didn't do anything worse than any other man did. And I want to point out the sexism in the way that she has been described in a negative light.
Yeah, and the beginning of her career was also the 60s, so it was just a whole different mentality then too. So, I mean,
right, and then just like Betty White.
Yeah.
Right, and just like Betty White, she herself built a brand, like with her own blood, sweat, and tears, and I mean, she had help along the way. Of course, everybody needs it.
Does.
But I mean, it's hers, and she's the one that had to do it, and she's the one that was an asshole about it, and she had to be to do what she does now. But now she is successful, and I think now, though, she has come to a point where she can spread actual joy, I think is too strong of a word, but pleasantness in the world. I mean, you've seen that picture of her and Snoop. What the fuck?
Yes.
What is more happy than that?
Nothing. Cookies and weed? That sounds like a win.
Their
Perfectly
friendship is like...
cookies.
Their friendship is like when a dog, a puppy, and a mouse make friends.
It's like watching Free Willy. It's good for my soul. I feel good about their friendship. Yeah.
No, Free Willy sucked. Fuck Free Willy. Fuck Free Willy. Fuck Elf. Fuck Will Ferrell. Sorry, Will Ferrell. I like you. I don't know. I
just almost shot coffee out my nose. Why don't you like Free Willy? I'm like personally offended right now. So my knee-jerk reaction, I hear Free Willy and I think pervert.
Like I hear I think flasher. Because, you know, I'm a child and I think in that way.
Oh, okay.
Martha Stewart. My sources are delish.com and Wikipedia, of course. Okay, so Martha posted a picture of a large lobster she was having at dinner, and this was recently. And a commenter called her tone deaf due to the quarantine and economic downturn. So the commenter, I didn't catch the name, it doesn't really matter, but the commenter says, "I've always followed you, loved your show, but do you ever feel this is a little tone deaf? There are people lining up for hours for a bag of potatoes. Hashtag let them eat cake," they wrote. Let them eat cake was the famed Marie Antoinette line that she never actually said. Anyway, so to this, Martha had a very simple response, saying that the lobsters were actually pretty cheap, and she bought them and the corn from local vendors who she regularly supports. She also threw in some healthy reminders about how to stay safe and help others during COVID. Now, that's classic Martha. Like, yes. First of all, she shut them the fuck down without being mean about it. But like, she made them look. She made them feel fucking 2 inches small.
Yeah.
With that very
slap back,
very good response. Like, she's supporting local business, which everybody needs to do. Yes. Everybody who's listening,
especially
if you have
farmers.
the means, support your friends. Support the your friends who are selling stuff. Buy their stuff because they need help. Anyway, so she support local farmers, local fishermen.
Yes.
And she's teaching you that you can have these delicacies and these really nice things for cheap, which is what she has been doing her entire career, bringing elegance to the commoners.
Thank you, Martha.
Thank you, Martha.
We're not worthy.
Fuck yeah.
Just kidding.
You're a bad asshole. Like, I can't say, I'm not saying bitch, remember? That's different. A bad bitch is different than bad asshole, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like opposite spectrums of positive and negative.
Asshole sounds like...
I mean, it's a good thing in this case. Polyps. Anyway, that's not funny. Don't joke about polyps. They're a very serious matter. If you have polyps, go see your doctor.
Okay.
Lobsters were $4 each from a fisherman who was happy to be getting more from them than his regular buyer. So maybe she was a little tone deaf that she paid extra than the fisherman was charging because she's Martha Stewart. What? We don't know that she's fucking rich and she can pay more?
Right.
At a secret or something?
Maybe you just have to pay more to buy a less quantity.
Yeah, and so she goes on to say, we had potatoes from our own garden, corn from a local farm, which they support. They fed everyone who worked for them. And they didn't waste, they compost, and they worked the land and all that. They also give generously to many organizations, and they care about the pandemic and observe healthy living and social distancing, etc. And they wear their masks throughout all of it. So, hey, poster, shut the fuck up. Stay in your lane.
Yeah.
Let Martha do what Martha's going to do.
What she does. Clearly better than everyone else.
Yes.
Sorry.
Martha Helen Stewart Kostira. That's Polish.
It is.
That's Kostira with a K and a Y.
Mm-hmm.
Which, yeah, I just put that together. She is an American retail businesswoman, writer, television personality, and former model. As founder of Martha Stewart Living Omnimedia, Stewart Living Omnimedia, She gained success through a variety of business ventures encompassing publishing, broadcasting, merchandising, and e-commerce. She has written numerous best-selling books, is the publisher of Martha Stewart Living magazine, and hosts 2 syndicated television programs, Martha Stewart Living, which ran from 1993 to 2004, and Martha, which ran from 2005 to 2012. In 2004, Stewart was convicted of charges related to the Imclone stock trading case. There was speculation that the incident would effectively end her media empire. But this bad asshole proved them wrong. But in 2005, Stewart began a comeback campaign and her company returned to profitability in 2006. So 2 years after her release, she's profitable again.
Yes.
That's great. That's unbelievable. That's brilliant management, is what that is. Stewart rejoined the board of directors of Martha Stewart Living Omnimedia in 2011 and became chairwoman of her namesake company again in 2012. The company was acquired by Sequential Brands in 2015. So, I mean, she was obviously forced out of her company and off of her boards and everything. I mean, these companies were still existed and they were still paying people and people were still relying on these companies. So they were still for profit. And most people, when they go to jail, like, I can't think of anybody who goes to jail for something like this, especially a public figure like that, who could go to jail, recover, and in 2 years become more profitable, and then 6 years later get so profitable and get so much respect and overcome the specter of being a felon and get on the board again. That's impressive. That's impressive for anybody.
Yeah.
But I don't want to throw into this a woman because it's not because she's a woman. It's because she's an impressive person. But goddamn, men don't fucking do this shit.
No.
So, right. Martha Stewart was born in Jersey City, New Jersey, which, she had to overcome a lot just being from New Jersey. New Jersey sucks! On August 3rd, 1941, she is the second of 6 children born to parents Edward Kostira and Martha Ruskowski Kostira. I didn't practice these names beforehand.
You sound like me.
And is of entirely Polish heritage. And you know what they say about them Polish people?
Ew.
They make media empires.
Ew.
That's funny because that's a racist joke that I didn't tell and I flipped and switched it. Yeah, just to dissect that joke for you.
Thank you.
See, you see me doing that mansplaining shit? That's not something. The mansplaining shit. That's nothing. That's not something that Martha Stewart would suffer.
No, not at all. I just let you do
Shut the fuck up, Darby. Just read your fucking script.
Stick to it, sir.
See, and that's even, you said sir. That's even...
It's because I'm polite. I can't help that.
Just, women are better people. When Stewart was 3 years old, the family moved to Nutley, New Jersey. She adopted the name Grace for her Catholic confirmation name. Side note, fun fact, not so fun fact, I guess. My son's middle name is my ex-wife's confirmation name. And if you guess it and write into highermindspodcast@gmail.com, I will send you $10.
Ooh, cool. Did you hear that, guys?
Nobody's gonna fucking guess it. I have to do some really good investigating there. Anyway, when Stewart was 10, she worked as the occasional babysitter for children of Mickey Mantle, Yogi Berra, and Gil McDougald, all players for the New York Yankees. I don't know who Gil McDougald is.
Yeah.
Mickey and Merlin Mantle had 4... Merlin? Mickey married Merlin. I had no idea. I thought it was Marilyn. I know they married Marilyn, or he married Marilyn Monroe. That's fucked up. Wait, Mickey Mantle married Merlin and Marilyn?
He had a thing.
First of all, that's a great tongue twister, but he had a thing for that series of sounds. I don't think he was attracted to women. I think he was just attracted to their names. Merlin, Marilyn. Hashtag Marilyn Wilt. Hashtag Marilyn Speed.
There it is. I was waiting.
I did not want to do that.
Yeah. You do it so well.
I practice a lot.
Mm-hmm. It shows.
So much so that Mulder's almost saying it now.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Our last podcast or our last episode was Merlin. Check it out.
You should.
Mickey and Merlin had Mantle had 4 sons. Mickey and Merlin Mantle, let's fuck that. Had 4 sons for whom Stewart watched and organized birthday parties. She also began modeling at 15. Stewart was featured in a television commercial. That was 2 different sentences. She also began modeling at 15, comma. Stewart was featured in a television commercial for Unilever, which is they are a soap company, but I think they have diversified and they make a whole bunch of shit now.
Yes, they own a ton of stuff. Johnson, I mean everything.
I think a lot of generic stuff, a lot of over the counter, medical type stuff. I don't really know. We could look it up, but you can too. So do it.
You lazy fuck.
She went on to appear on TV commercials and in magazines, including one of Terryton Smokers would rather fight than switch cigarette advertisements.
Yeah.
That's actually probably a little true. Wait, switch? No, they don't care about switching. They'd rather fight than quit.
Also sounds good.
So, that's false advertising. That's not a good thing.
Not a good thing.
During her college years, she supplemented her scholarship money through modeling jobs at $50 an hour. $50 an hour, which was a lot of money at the time.
Yeah,
that's a lot of money for now.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And you can tell like that's her background because in like the new pictures of her that just came out, she's like pursing her lips and trying to give her weird like old lady duck face, and you're like, oh, you can tell you probably did that in your day, and you still kind of think you're hot shit.
Exhausting the frame and everything. She's hot shit. What are you talking about? I mean, not like ooh la la hot, but she's a big fucking deal.
Yeah, she is. I mean, I love her. Immensely.
Yeah. Snoop likes her.
Yeah, he does.
I love that. I love that so much.
Yes. It's such
I would watch a porn of them.
Hell yeah!
I probably would not masturbate. I would watch it just for educational purposes.
I would just watch it.
I can't imagine it's very erotic.
It's hard to say. She's a freak. I feel like her personality, you just know.
She was a model in the fucking 60s and 70s.
Boss.
She knows what she's doing.
She's a specific type.
Yeah.
For sure.
Mickey and Merlin Mantle.
Magical. That's fun though. Who can say that? Sorry. What? That's fun though. Who can say I plan birthday parties for Mickey Mantle's kids? Like it feels like a big deal. Something good for the resume.
Mickey and Merlin. Yeah. I guess. Yeah, I guess that would be a good resume, wouldn't it? If that's what you're trying to do. But I don't know. That's not. I wouldn't put it on my resume. I guess.
Whatever.
I guess. I mean, yeah, no, that's you're entirely right. That is fucking sweet as shit. I would do it twice.
Cooler than most people can say.
Cooler than anything I've ever done, honestly. So who am I hating on? What the fuck am I talking about?
I don't know. Keep going.
Stewart's mother taught her how to cook and sew. Later, she learned the processes of canning and preserving when she visited her grandparents' home in Buffalo, New York. Her father had a passion for gardening and passed on much of his knowledge and expertise to his daughter. Stewart was also active in many extracurricular activities such as the school newspaper and the art club. I was not the art club, but I did not do the newspaper either. But I did a bunch of other shit.
Did you win
Stewart,
any
get
awards?
this.
Sorry.
Yeah, I did.
What'd you get?
I don't really
in the yearbook.
I don't recall.
No?
No, I did a bunch of shit and I was very active and I was like in band and orchestra and drama and key club and student council. In fact, I was a vice president of my sophomore class.
I was of my senior class.
You were vice president of your senior class?
Mm-hmm. It was like a whole hoax. It gone bad.
It was a hoax.
I'm like responsible for shit now.
See? I see where you get it now. You're a conspiracy head. And it all started from student government.
It did.
I get it.
My government
Government
ties
is a hoax.
is deep. Yes. And I've got approximately 4 years before I have to plan a reunion from a state I no longer live in.
Are you fucking doing that, really?
Yeah, why not?
I've never been to a reunion. I've had 2 so far.
I just
shit, 20 years is coming up.
Yeah, my 20
Holy shit. 20 years was last year.
I was like, wait a minute, my 20 years is in 4 years, so when was yours?
Holy shit. Some of those people are listening now, or do listen. Hi, guys.
Fun. Howdy-ho. Ooh, you get free high fives if you tell us cool, embarrassing stories. Fun.
There are a few. I did some stupid shit in my day.
I believe that.
Anyway.
Oh, Martha.
Here's the Stewart graduated from Nutley High School.
Nutley.
Nutley. She attended Barnard College of Columbia University, originally planning to major in chemistry, but switching to art history and later architectural history. I took 2 of those classes. Architectural history. That was actually a really good class. To help pay her college tuition, she did fashion modeling for Chanel. During this time, she met Andrew Stewart, who finished his law degree at Yale Law School. They married in July 1961. She returned to Barnard a year after their marriage to graduate with a double major in history and architectural history. A couple of cool things that I learned about this bad asshole. She climbed Mount Kilimanjaro.
Okay,
That's difficult.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Nope, you.
So I've climbed a couple of mountains. So the tallest mountains in Colorado are 14,000 feet. I've climbed 12,000 feet, and that was extremely difficult. Kilimanjaro is taller than that. I don't exactly remember what it is, but it's in Africa, and yeah,
cool.
It's going to take a lot to take me away from you. There's nothing more than 100. There's nothing that 100 men or more can ever do. I bless the rains down in Africa. I bless the rains down in Africa.
Oh my gosh.
So, but that's awesome. That's very fucking cool. I would love to climb Mount Kilimanjaro one day. Maybe I will.
Cool. You should.
She also, and I saw a video of this, and this is absolutely true. She has a secret technique for making a chicken fall asleep. And she really does. It's on her website. I think it's marthastewartliving.com or some shit. What she does is she chokes it out and it falls asleep. Which seems pretty easy for me because my chicken gets choked daily.
Oh.
No, actually, that was a masturbation joke for all of you who aren't listening. But no, actually what she does this what she does is not that far off. She takes the chicken by its body and she like swings it around in a circle like in a big O around her.
Damn,
and
like,
it like puts the chicken to sleep. What I think it really does, yeah. She's giving it brain damage. And it goes to sleep.
What's it matter? You just need some eggs and some meat.
I mean, chickens are known for their problem-solving skills. That's why we eat them.
Solve that problem.
Chicken. All right, that's what I got.
Cool.
What else do we know about Martha?
So, I gave these chapter titles again because I like to do that. So this one is Martha Hustles. So in 60s,
she does.
Yeah, she does. I mean, literally, still to this day, this woman grinds. Like that's all she does is work.
And you can see videos of her grinding on her website. Nutmeg and other stuff that you grind.
Yeah. Cinnamon. Yeah. So in 1967, she becomes a stockbroker like her father-in-law. Thought that was an interesting tidbit. With things like she actually gets a license, or she went to school for it. I mean, she got that double major. Yeah. But she didn't do it long. That's literally all it said. She didn't do it long. So at
She
the
didn't do it well either.
Didn't do it
Spoiler
well either.
alert.
I know that's I wrote because it was an interesting tidbit because I'm like, because later on she fucked some stuff up. So her then husband, they were divorced in 80, but they stayed together a long while. He founded a publishing house, and he also acted as chief executive at several others as well. So he was like kind of big in the publishing world, which worked out really well for her.
Exactly. And I was going to say, like, she did
Dream
bust her
team.
ass, and she was a badass about getting her shit together, but everybody who's a badass about getting their shit together always needs help.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I'm a firm believer in most things are in who you know. So, where am I at? So they moved to Connecticut and restored an old 1805 farmhouse, which is kind of fun because growing up, my family did the same thing, just on a much smaller scale. But my dad completely gutted and restored an old century home that we lived in growing up. It was like a family thing. Mostly my dad, but we all had help.
My first house when I was married was a fixer upper, and never fucking again.
Like the money pit?
I never. No. I mean, it turned out well, but I hate doing that. I am not a fixer upper kind of guy.
No.
Not me.
My dad worked construction a lot of his life, so he can build anything. It's magical. Yeah. So this house also became a model for the TV set of a show later on for Martha Stewart living. Kind of cool. It was a very pretty home. In 1976, she started a catering business with her old modeling pal, Norma Collier, and it became super successful, super quick, and then it went south super quick because she said Martha was a bitch to work with, which we all have kind of heard. So from the jump, but you know what? What I love about her attention to detail and not settling for anything but perfection speaks to me at work. I just feel like you should forever be doing your absolute best.
In addition to, that she, again, being a woman at the time, even now, has a lot to do with another person's perception of the way you're reacting. And if you're not reacting nice and cuddly and sweet and nudging somebody towards a suggestion, you're a bitch if you're a woman. And that's not necessarily what it was. And also, she was a fucking businesswoman. She wasn't. She's not.
She didn't have time for slackers and bullshitters and people.
Or worry about somebody's fucking psychology. Around. She's here to make fucking money. These girls are a product. We're here to sell you, and they're there to be sold. I mean, it's not like they're not. For the most part, they're not being coerced in that kind of setting. Yeah, it's business. It's fucking business. Yeah. That's the way it is.
End of the day, man, we gotta go. So she.
I want to qualify that there's also a difference between being curt and being an asshole to be an asshole. I mean,
yes,
I've had bosses who are. Yeah, and I've had bosses that are tough that I don't like talking to them, but I respect them because it's not a personal attack. It's a
how they are.
Critique at what I'm doing. But I've had bosses that are personally attacking me too and shit, and they're just there to be sadists and fuck that shit. Yeah. I don't get the opinion that she's a sadist. I get the opinion that she wants, if it's got her name on it, it's going to be the way she wants it.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, Martha. I write so big, so sometimes I have to like find what line I'm really at, and it's never where I think because I didn't say that much. So she said she was a biatch to work with and started to try and take some side gigs catering. So Bad and Bougie Martha bought up all her shares of the business. Boom, you're out. Next, I'll do it myself. So then she also, around the same time, was working at a gourmet grocery store and had many...
I want to say, did you say her business, somebody else bought up shares of her business?
Martha bought up Naomi's shares since she didn't like to work with her. She said, see ya. I'll do it myself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because they went in together in the beginning.
Okay.
Of the catering business in her basement. Yeah. So she worked at this gourmet grocery store as well, but had many disagreements with the owner. Not like her manager, like a shift supervisor, but like the owners. And they had to separate ways. But joke's on them because she opened up her own gourmet grocery store. So
what was it called?
I meant to look that up. I really did because I thought that was a fun fact. But I like that she was kind of petty like that. So her husband Andrew, who was just making all kinds of publishing moves, hires Martha to her business to cater a book party that he was doing for like a big novel or something that came out. And she introduced him to Mr. Alan Merkin, who was the head of Crown Publishing Group. And he was so impressed with her as a hostess and chef and everything that he ended up contracting her for what would be her first book called Entertaining in December of 82. So it was mostly pictures.
I can just see somebody coming up to Merkin and be like, "Oh, where are you from?" Merkin. Merkin.
That took me a second. That's funny.
Yeah, it was a really good one because it was a thinker. Yeah.
Glad you interrupted me for that one. Just kidding.
Yeah.
Super funny.
Good stuff. Anything for fucking comedy.
So this book was mainly pictures and recipes from parties that she had hosted. I've actually seen the book. I saw it at the library of all places.
You went to the library for this?
No, not for this. Just in the past, because I am a Martha fan.
Oh.
Yeah. You were like got so excited for a second.
I got really excited.
I did go to the library twice this week. That felt like something.
I mean, that's commitment because I haven't gone to the library for this. Fuck that. Yeah. If I had to go to the library for this would not happen.
Really? I love the library. I don't.
I mean, that's fine.
I like the library more than I like to read.
That's okay.
It's a good place.
But I mean, it's much easier and more convenient to get it done sitting right here in my house.
Yeah, it depends for me. Sometimes I can focus better elsewhere. Here, there's too many chores and responsibilities I feel drawn to do while I'm doing stuff because I'm a multitasker.
Well, and we're different kind of situations too.
Right.
I don't like you don't have two young boys.
Back to entertainment. This book was wildly popular. And so it was the first of like many, many, many books from 82 on that she released. And man, she put her name on everything too. The title of everything has her name in it.
It was wildly popular mostly because like stars like Andy Warhol and shit like to buy him and do coke off of him and shit. That's why.
Yeah, it's a
they weren't great books.
Book.
No, I'm sure they were great books. I didn't read them though.
Some of them. I flipped through some of them. So she appeared on lots of other shows, including Oprah, Larry King Live. Later on, she had recurring little things. What do you call those? Little snippets on NBC's Today Show and CBS's The Early Show. So also, during all of this, books coming out, TV appearances, she wrote a bunch of newspaper columns, magazine articles, and a whole like spread on homemaking in general. So bump up to 1990, she signed with Time Publishing Ventures to develop Martha Stewart Living. She was the editor-in-chief, and the first issue came out, I think it was fall of that year. With 250,000 copies for the first launch of the magazine, growing to 2 million copies an issue, a monthly issue. Yes, I was one of them. I paid for that shit for a long time.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Oh, I love mail so much.
Like 6 people read my work.
Oh my goodness, 2 million a month buying that. Wowzers. So
that's some change.
Yeah. Dang. So in 93, she starts her half-hour weekly TV program, also called Martha Stewart Living, after her magazine, which grew into weekdays, Monday through Friday, in 97, with hour-long episodes and half-hour episodes on the weekend. So you were getting fresh Martha 7 days a week. We do an hour once a week. She's pumping out books, shows, magazine articles, and recording and getting everything ready for 7 episodes. I mean, she has a team too, but I mean, with her, the amount of work she puts into all of it and the ideas, and I mean, no matter what, that's a lot of work. That's crazy to me. Whoa.
And it was fresh Martha because, fun fact, every night she goes to sleep in a Martha-sized Tupperware container.
Airtight.
So she's fresh every morning. Yes.
Oh, heavens. So that show ran until 2004. So 95, the cover of New York Magazine read, "The definitive American woman of our time," about Martha. So, I mean,
that means she was definitely an American woman.
Yeah.
That's all that means.
That means she cooked. Okay, so
in 95, definitive American woman, Martha Stewart, I don't know, that's a bit sexist. Like, she's a lot to try to emulate.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Like, not everybody can.
I mean, a lot of slack of that. Because that was like, too, like, the beginning of, not the beginning, it was before, social media and like the world and the comparisons and, oh man, there'd be so many suicides.
Yeah.
That just came out now. Mom suicides. She's a lot to live up to, that's for sure. But every
sexist isn't the right word. Unfair, for sure.
Yeah. I don't know.
Like,
I just think
today's definitive American woman is Mama June.
Okay.
Most Americans skew towards there, not Martha Stewart.
Yeah.
On a scale between Mama June and Martha Stewart, how American are you? We need to make a poll.
Yeah, that's a good one. My mom was...
Me, I'm Goldie Hawn.
Oh, no. Okay. Wow. Well, all right. That's good. Okay, next little chapter. I write so big. If you want to see this, it's like making me laugh looking at it now. I get like 2 words. Like 2 words
that
to
looks
the line.
That looks like Dear Diary. I saw Patrick today.
I also wrote in pencil today for the first time in like 12 years. And I had to sharpen that bitch like 4 times to write this all out.
It wasn't even a mechanical pencil. It was old school number 2.
It was like a Tarragon. What are those pencils? Those fancy pencils? I need good erasers in this house. There's like one pencil that's better than all the rest. And I think it's mainly because the eraser is so good.
The Excalibur of pencils.
It really is. They're required by my son's school. No other pencil.
Hashtag man, it's beard.
Shout out to pencils. Will you send me some for free?
Yes, the big pencil consortium.
Oh, poop sticks. So Martha, 97. Her and a business partner, Sharon Patrick, purchased. That's a lot of P's. The different ventures.
That's what she said.
The different ventures related to Martha Stewart brand, consolidating them, so to speak, under the Martha Stewart Living Omnimedia, hoping it would kind of organize and have better control of which direction it goes as a whole. At the same time, she launched a companion website and a catalog business called Martha by Mail, which was like cake stands and cookie cutters and Martha-y things.
Better Homes and Living, Martha Stewart Living stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I looked at it. I wanted it.
Stuff that's background decoration to me.
Yeah, probably. So, okay, next. They also dabbled in direct to customer floral business. And I remember looking at it and thinking, wow,
Floral?
Yeah, like flower arrangements.
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
Like this, she got into everything. It's like anytime anyone maybe had the idea to like, what's that popular floral one?
FTD?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. There's another like trendy one right now that's popular. It's like she like sniffs out their ideas. It's like, you know what, I'm going to do it too, but I'm going to do it better. But hers is already so kind of expensive that it's a bummer.
That reminds me. I'm sure you heard Bezos and Zuckerberg testify before Congress, right? You watched that shit?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So they were questioning Bezos about their Amazon's practices, and I mean, of course they do. I don't know why it never occurred to me, but they're accused of copying their client's product like exactly, and then selling that for less, thereby making their client go bankrupt.
Yeah, I believe that wholeheartedly. People suck. Okay.
He's a anti-hero to me, Bezos. Like, he's super good and he's super accomplished and he's super, like, he's impressive, but he's also dirty.
And not the good kind.
Well, I mean,
could be.
He's not the worst kind, being Epstein and Dershowitz and shit like that. That's the worst kind of dirty. He's just a ruthless businessman, which, depending on your perspective, yeah, but and he's just the best at it right now. And depending on your perspective, he's either an idol or a villain, and you can't deny either one about him. Yeah. He's good and bad, but he's very good, but very bad.
Bittersweet.
Yeah.
So Martha,
but not like child fucking bad.
Not quite there, but
I don't think
close.
So. But super hard worker. Like, he still works like 20 hours a day. That's an exaggeration, but
could have been.
I mean, yeah. And he doesn't have to. He gave his fucking ex-wife, what, $10 billion? And was like, yeah, which, I mean, that was the deal. I don't think that there's anything wrong with that, but he still got $10 billion himself, and everybody's fucking fine.
Yeah.
And he called out those people who threatened to show his dick pic, so he showed him himself. It's like, fuck you. That's impressive. I like that. That's fucking cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead.
Okay. So 99, Martha Stewart living, Omnimedia. We're just going to call it MSLO from now on. Also, MSL would be the same thing, if you hear me reference that. So it went in 99 public on the exchange. And by the end of trading, Martha was on paper a billionaire and the first female self-made millionaire in the United States. She has and still owns 96% control of voting power. All of it. It. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. So it's just impressive. It's just impressive to me. As it goes on, I'm just like, forever was like, man, like there wasn't a moment that she wasn't like, what else can I do right now to be the best?
I wonder if she would endorse us.
That'd be so awesome. Martha, ask anybody. I've been making your Valentines every year since 2004. Okay, speaking of 2004, Prison Martha.
Prison Martha.
So, Martha got into a little trouble. So, a 6-week jury trial ended up finding her guilty of felony charges of conspiracy, obstruction of an agency proceeding, and making false statements to the feds. So, womp womp. She was sentenced.
Can't do that.
No, you can't.
She shouldn't have known better.
But don't you feel like
But everybody was doing it. She wasn't the only person in that group.
And you also, like, I think someone would be lying if they said they weren't going to try and cover their own ass. It's your livelihood. In the position, would you do it too? It would cross everyone's mind.
I want to say no, I wouldn't. I'm going to stick with that. I don't know, honestly,
I'm not saying
and I
everyone's
can't
like,
pass
I
that
would
judgment.
totally do it. But in the heat of the moment, I feel like you're going to try and save your business.
But you still don't? Still wrong? Tell the
Yes,
truth? Always?
Yes.
So she shouldn't have done that. And, she got caught and she got justice.
Yep. 5 months.
And I like to think... Go ahead.
No, I was just going to go on with her sentencing.
Yeah, no, please, go ahead.
Okay, so sentenced to a 5-month term in a federal correctional facility and a 2-year supervised release, including an ankle bracelet. And she had.
And I like to think that, like, first day she walked in the prison cell, like, everybody was, like, gathered around, like, looking down at her, and she was just kind of, like, strutting down the middle, and, like, everybody was like, ooh, and shit, and she wasn't paying attention. And some big-ass fucking inmate came by and, like, tried to punk her. She fucking slapped her and said, meet me in the fucking yard. Later that fucking night, there was, like, a circle of them, and she, like, had war paint on with the other person, had, like, war paint on her face, and they were, like, swinging chains and shit, and they were going around in the circle, and they were, like, fucking trying to beat each other's head in. But what ended up happening is they got really, like, beat up and tired, and everybody's, like, bruised and cut, and they both had black eyes and a fat lip, and Martha Stewart's top tooth was, like, spat out and on the floor and shit. Somebody was holding it for her, and they were like, you know what? You're pretty fucking cool. And they were like, you're pretty fucking cool too. And they started hugging, and then she became leader of the gang.
Bless her.
I know exactly. That's exactly what fucking happened in that jail.
You know what? You're probably not far off. So, because let me keep going here. So she also, quick tidbit, had to pay a $30,000 fine. 2006, the SEC settles with Martha. Essentially, she's paying a $58,000 and $137,000 to settle out with them. So she was also banned for 5 years as serving as director, CEO, CFO, or any role responsible for preparing, auditing, or disclosing financial results of any public company. 5 years.
I didn't know that. That's even more impressive.
So, yeah.
Like, nobody recovers from that.
She sure did, because I'll tell you what, she came out and just had bangers of ideas. Like, she sat in there and probably wrote 3 cookbooks and had some show ideas, and it just was really, it worked out well for her. So, she wanted to serve her time in either Connecticut or Florida, which is funny that they were supposedly going to let her, but Hurricane Ivan had just come through, and so she couldn't go there because they'd already had to evacuate the prisoners there to somewhere else, and she couldn't go to Connecticut because they said it was too easy for the media to access the grounds of the facility, and they were afraid it was going to be like a whole spectacle all the time. So she ended up getting sent to West Virginia, the one place she specifically asked not to go.
Oh, shit. Well, she was like, hey, judge, I'm going here. And God was like, no.
But you're not. You're going to the mountains. So,
which, well, I'll talk about it later, is a gorgeous part of the country. It really is. Oh my gosh. I go through there regularly.
Yes, I have family. And it's still one of the happiest places to me. It's so beautiful. I love it.
To you.
Yeah. So, she supposedly didn't want to go to West Virginia because her 90-year-old mother couldn't come visit her. Well, that's kind of funny. Oh, out of all the reasons. That seems fake. So, said to be pointed, but it could have just been how it worked out. They said, that's where she ended up. So, fun. Her prison nickname was said to be M. Diddy. She did well. She did well for herself in jail and became the liaison between the inmates and the administration. Like every movie I've ever seen. I feel like I did see that, but did that actually happen, or was that like a spoof afterwards?
It's on the internet. It happened.
It's true. Facts. So, yeah, that's page 5. Okay, so the comeback, 2005. After she is released, she launches
Can you cornrow a beard?
Why not? Terry could braid anything.
I don't know.
Try it.
Yeah, I'm on it.
No, actually, don't do that. I changed my mind immediately. The comeback, 2005. So after her release, she launched a highly publicized comeback.
She leaned way the fuck into it. Like she was.
Yeah.
I'm sure she wasn't proud of it. I'm sure she's still not proud of it, but she embraced the fuck out of it. And
yes.
Hey,
she chose to take the high road and let people make their jokes and make money off of it because she is a bona fide hustler. That's just all there is to it. So she, once again, reigning over all that Martha Stewart living is. The relaunch included a line at Kmart called Martha Stewart Every Day. And a paint line became available at Sears. Fun fact, my first job was at Sears in the paint department.
Another fun fact, for the first month, Martha Stewart Every Day, everything was orange.
Oh, fun fact.
No, it's a joke. It's a jail joke. Ha ha ha. Prison jumpsuit.
Did you see me just laugh like this? You're silly.
Orange is the new black.
Shit.
Orange is the new Martha.
Did you watch that? I watched the first season and then I forgot to watch the rest.
I did. I liked them. They were very good.
I'll have to finish it someday.
I like Hot Donna though.
Yeah. So all that was okay, but the most promoted part of this relaunch was her television return with the Martha Stewart Show. And at the same time, she also did a spin-off of The Apprentice, Martha Stewart's, that's kind of weird. I didn't watch The Apprentice, so I guess I didn't know. And I didn't watch The Apprentice, Martha Stewart either. And obviously no one did because it only got that one season. And then it was canceled. But both shows were produced by Mark Burnett, so that feels substantial.
A little bit of TV history. Do you know what the first 3 words she said when she got back on TV?
I'm back, bitches. Or was that Brittany?
Yo, yo, yo.
Is it really?
Another prison joke.
Oh my God.
Cultural
Okay.
appropriation.
Why do I keep calling
Cornrows.
for everything? Gobble is like for sure a trait of mine. So
I mean, these jokes are very, very highbrow, so I get it.
So the show sucked. It ended one season. The Apprentice show, obviously, Martha Stewart Living went on to be very successful. Also in 2005, she released a book called The Martha Rules on how to manage a new business. So, and it was kind of funny because as I was like going through everything, I was like, man, like she could probably make money off of how she made her money. And then she tried. So always thinking.
I honestly, and that's probably a very educational book. I probably should get it.
We should probably
get it.
I would go to the library and try and get it.
Yeah.
So a month later, Martha Stewart Baking Handbook and a Martha Stewart Homekeeping Handbook also came out. So she's just boom, boom, boom. She had to have written those while she was like on her downtime because like she just came back and had them ready to go.
You do have a lot of time to sit down and write while you're in jail.
Yeah.
There's a lot of time for that. Especially if you're emptying and you're running the yard.
Yeah. So she was
She probably had one of them write it for her, actually.
Bitch, translate.
Did you ever watch that South Park where oh shit, I forget what they had to read, but they went down and to hired day workers to read a book and write an essay for them. So all of these day workers read this book and like Catcher in the Rye or something, and then they wrote a letter to their friend back in Mexico. Mm-hmm. Their essays.
I've not seen that one.
Okay.
Sorry.
That was okay. Essay. Essay.
Yes. Top button essay.
Shout out to Danny Trejo. Thank you, dude.
So our girl Martha was nominated in 6 categories for a Daytime Emmy Awards: Best Host, Best Show. Cool. Stacking up them accolades. 2006, A Line of Houses. What? Who does that?
What? a line of house, like a prefab house kind of thing?
Yes. 650 houses.
She has the degree in architectural history.
Yes.
Holy shit.
Full circle.
Yeah.
I love when we say things in unison. La. So the house. Oh, I took a little note on the houses. Nope, I took a little note on Macy's. So in 2000, the store, yeah.
Macy's houses, I get it.
2007.
Mickey Merlin, Marilyn Mantle.
Merlin's beard. 2007. An upscale line of housewares for Macy's comes out, and it's the largest brand launch Macy's history ever. And it was everything from bed, bath, cooking, and dinnerwares. And I frequently went upstairs and looked at it all at the mall. You know, they had the upstairs that was like Macy's.
Yeah, prison, being a felon did not faze her. I can't. That's so fucking cool that happened.
Yes, bad bitches only.
Bad asshole.
Bad asshole. So I'm gonna hashtag that as much as possible. Don't let me forget. She also, in this 2006, 2007, launched a deal with Sirius, which hosts a weekly call-in show. Martha, fun. Everyone got into Sirius there for a minute. Is that still like a thing? I don't even know.
Yeah. What's his name? Oh, goddamn, with Baba Booey and Robin Clovers. Howard Stern. He's on there.
Yes.
He still has a show.
Okay, cool.
And I mean, even though everybody got serious, it was all about comedy.
Oh, I like that.
Serious comedy. Oh my God, language jokes.
Oh my God, sometimes they take me a minute. Everyone's going to listen to them. The more they listen, they're like, wow, she's slow. And gullible as fuck.
Oh, no.
Oh,
it's adorable.
Right. I know who I am. It's fine. Damn, she's such a hustler. So also in 2006, 2007.
She was in Hustler, yeah.
Yeah, great movie. Is that a movie? I was trying to go with it that time.
It's a dirty magazine.
Oh, shit.
Larry Flint.
Okay. Well, I suck.
So they do on Hustler, too.
Okay. Going back to that answer.
You said, never mind.
I'm trying to follow my notes here. So the Martha Stewart Living Omnimedia signed partnerships in this year frame with Floor, FLOR, which was essentially fancy carpet squares for like prefab kind of things. With another deal with E&J Gallo Winery with Martha Stewart Vintage, a series of wine labels, bottling that came out. That was like $14. It was kind of like she kind of went to the average person after her reboot, with like her Kmart lines and Walmart lines and stuff. And then with Costco, a deal with Costco for a frozen and fresh food line under the Kirkland brand. I don't go to Costco, so I'm not familiar.
I've been a couple times, and I'm not familiar either, though.
Yeah.
So, okay.
I think there's one in Tampa, but I've never been. So
I see Martha Stewart's name on items, and they're so ubiquitous that they're invisible. I don't even see them. They're just everywhere.
Yeah, literally. So in 2008, two lines came out in Wally World. Martha Stewart Celebrate and Martha Stewart Create. And
Wally World is where you go and you look at walls.
Yeah, Wally World. And carpet squares. Nope. But she went to Walmart instead of Kmart because at the time they were getting ready to go under. Like 600 stores were closing. Are they all closed now?
I don't know that.
Either.
But Walmart has serious control over the market.
Yes, they do. So from broadcast to cable, January 2010, Hallmark and Martha announced a plan to take Martha, now previously known as the Martha Stewart Show, kind of took it over. But after 2 seasons, it canceled. So,
Meh.
I know. What are you gonna do? It happens. So, she launches a 30-minute show called Martha Bakes on Hallmark. Give that a go. See what happens. I guess she's going down, swinging with Hallmark. I wonder why it canceled after 2 years, though. Like, I would still watch that today. Anyways.
I mean, she's obviously a good business person, but
yeah.
As far as the way that people consume visual and audio media, it's changed, and I'm not sure that she is able to keep up.
Mm-hmm. She also sometimes comes off a little too I'm too above actually being on this. You know what I mean? I don't know. She's kind of pompous, but I just really like it better.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. So, during all of this as well, she's playing little roles in shows. She is on Ugly Betty. Did you ever watch
that? No, I never did. I'm aware of it though. I like America Ferrera.
Is that
she's in the Superstore now?
Yeah.
And I think that's pretty funny.
Yeah. And she also appeared on Law and Order SVU. She was a school headmistress. That seems appropriate.
She could sell it, yeah.
Yeah. So 2012, a new series.
Is she a good actress though? I've never actually seen her act though.
In the Ugly Betty episode, it was just very Martha Stewart. Not really. But I don't know how hard she was trying. You know what I mean? She was Martha Stewart.
And maybe they asked her to be Martha Stewart, right?
Yeah, she was herself in that episode. And that show's kind of an exaggeration of life, I feel like. So, 2012, a new Martha Stewart series of Martha Stewart cooking school. Wait, new series, Martha Stewart Cooking School. The show was called Martha Stewart Cooking School. She just throws her name on everything. So it came out on PBS, a weekly 30-minute episode on how not to fuck up simple techniques. Essentially was what that show was. So...
No, PBS that's an interesting decision. Yeah. It seems a little provincial for her.
I mean, maybe she's getting back to her roots of the older generation that buys her stuff at Macy's and watches her and pays for magazines still.
I guess. Well, although PBS is kind of, I don't know anybody who consumes PBS who isn't like the NPR listener and
it's a crowd.
The academic
just
elite
targeting
type.
A different crowd. So hard to say. Next chapter. Snoop the Friend Dizzle. I thought that one was a good one.
That is a good one. I like it.
2016, the two premiered on a show on VH1 called The Martha and Snoop Potluck Dinner Party, which was games, recipes, and musical guests. I've not
He has a cookbook out too, and apparently, I haven't read through it. Apparently, it's pretty good too.
I believe that. He probably had a really good helper. Yeah, so I've not seen the show, but they also appeared on a T-Mobile commercial for the Super Bowl in 2017, which I did Google. But going back, also some little sources, Wikipedia, obviously, and OprahMagazine.com, and just a sleuth of Martha video clips from around the web, YouTube. So they first met on her show in 2008. Is that accurate? The fans loved their unpredictable one-liners and precious friendship. I added the word precious.
And it is, it's so adorable and it's so cute. And
it's what we need.
In a perfect world, it's pure and it's genuine.
Yes.
But it's fucking Martha Stewart, so it's probably just contrived and corporatized like Menudo or the Backstreet Boys or some shit like that.
It's a money maker. Let's have fun together, smoke some weed, and make some money, because that's what a business relationship
buy into it.
Is for sure.
Yes.
2014, she started her own version of HelloFresh, called Marley Spoon. It's expensive as fuck. I looked into it when it first came out. Like it's
Marley
way more
Spoon.
Yeah, it's more expensive than HelloFresh or any of them. And
Oh,
is
yeah.
It
Well,
is it
spoiler
better? It
alert,
doesn't
though.
look that good.
The spoon dies in the end.
Marley, no. I can't even bring myself to watch those movies with Ace yet. Oh my god, his little tender heart would be
I've never seen it. I don't even want to.
Oh god.
I have no interest in doing that to myself at all. I love dogs.
Bawled. I actually watched it when I was pregnant. Big fat mistake. I sat there and bawled uncontrollably the entire time.
I mean, not.
I had to like.
I don't mean to like make fun of pregnant women who are known to be paragons of reason and emotional stability. So, I mean,
let's just state some facts. It was bad.
Am I allowed to say that? I'm not allowed to say that, am I?
Why? What?
That make fun of the emotional stability of pregnant women.
Is it making fun of it? It's true. We all make fun of it all the time. We are a hot mess. We are carrying around not only another human, but a sack of actual hormones. We cannot be trusted.
Well, and you're making a person. So, I mean,
yes!
I have incredible respect for it.
Yes.
And dealing with a pregnant woman is the best thing that I've ever done in my life. It was so brave of me. I dug down deep and found something very noble in myself.
That is so funny. I'm rolling my eyes super hard. 2018, she started as a recurring judge on Chopped. I like to watch Chopped Jr., so that's fun. And best for last, only not last because I found a whole list of fun facts. She, in February of 2019, Canopy Growth, a Canadian marijuana company, announced that Stewart would join their company as an advisor.
No shit.
Yes! So she definitely smokes. The end.
So, say that again?
I said, so she definitely smokes. The end. That's how I ended. That's literally what I wrote.
There's a picture of her being spooned by Snoop Dogg. She got stoned just by him touching her like that.
Yeah.
Like, she got contact, but he's a walking CBD and THC.
Yes. He has somebody who just rolls blunts for him, like on the payroll.
I mean, I think he used to. Is he still? Like, he's a family guy now. I mean, still smokes weed.
Maybe it's like
still
a
cousin. But he's not like a gangster. Like, he's not like he's a hip hop artist, but he's not. He's a family guy.
Honest,
that's what I'm trying to say.
I saw that on
and he's like a responsible
the beginning of a Cat Williams, like the Netflix specials.
Oh, yeah, I think I saw that. Well, and I think that's true. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I mean, we could just be spreading
anymore.
rumor here. I mean, you come here for well investigated truth, but I think he did actually do that. But I don't.
Snoop, could you reach out and let us know? I would be a little
surprised if he still did. He's a listener. He's a friend of the show, Snoop Dogg.
Nothing would surprise me. It's 2020.
Calvin Brodus.
Okay.
I call him Cal.
Cal.
He calls me Darbs.
Darbs. I'm gonna call you Darbs. No, I'm not. That's insane. Okay, I have a little list of last minute fun facts from all over the web. They had one daughter, Alexis. She was born in 1965. I put that as a tiny note so I would do the math to see how old she was, and then I did not do the math. She dated Anthony Hopkins, but dumped him after Silence of the Lambs came out because she couldn't disassociate him from that character. Isn't that funny?
What does that say about Anthony Hopkins? Does that mean he's a really good actor, or does that mean that
he took the role
him
a little too
in that role is not acting?
Right. It fit him a little too well. I don't know.
Do you think he made her try brains?
I don't know.
I think he did.
Okay. If I had more time,
brains together.
Well, all right, never mind. Reese. I'm gonna tell you something later.
Secret.
Secrets. She also dated a Hungarian software architect, Charles. Oh man, I also wrote that so sloppy. Simoni. Oh man, that gets rough. Is that a Y or a G? Hard to say. She dated a very rich
Hungarian
Bill
dude
Gates
that
style
did something in
guy
computers.
for a long time, on and on, for up until like just a couple years ago. She loves animals and has 2 awesome, wildly popular chow chows that are on her show and magazine all the time. Bulldog, French bulldogs, tons of cats, and she has a pony because it's Martha Stewart. Of course, she has a pony.
Of course, she has a pony,
and she has like some massive farm, so I'm sure she has all kinds of other animals too. Fun fact: her mom.
Well, I mean, so on her farm, like I was reading that article and shit. She feeds the homeless and donates a lot of the food and feeds herself with it. So yeah, she's responsible with it.
Good job, Martha. So her mom went by Big Martha.
What'd you say?
Her mom went by the like nickname Big Martha because her name was Martha.
And she only wore muumuus. She smoked cigars. As a hat, she wore a pot.
Ashed right in her mixing bowl.
Talk like this all the time. Martha, that sucked.
Martha.
Smile more.
Is that your Jersey accent?
No, that's Martha's mother.
I know, but
that's Big Martha.
They were from Jersey, so I was hoping there'd be like a New Jersey. I just said New Jersey.
New Jersey?
Is that a thing?
You know what? We don't really need to consider because it's not really a place. It's a bad figment of our imagination. It doesn't really exist.
So Big Martha.
Sorry, Martha, we love you.
Another fun fact to that fun fact. Big Martha appeared on her show several times. So cute. And then my last fun fact, there was 2 films that I completely forgot about, where Martha was portrayed by Sybil Shepherd. One was Martha Inc., The Story of Martha Stewart in 2003.
I can see that.
Yeah, and then in 2005, Martha Behind Bars. So
Martha Behind Bars.
I kind of want to go watch those now. So, point of the story is Martha is a bad bitch, and she clawed her way to the top. Like, if she could make money on it, she tried. Like, there was like no idea that like seemed too small for her to like. Let's give it a go. Carpet squares. Let's try it.
I haven't specifically seen any other examples of overcoming adversity, but the whole rolling, just the jail thing alone.
Yes.
Rolling that into
humbly
an actual advantage.
It and using it.
We respect her for that now.
Yes. Yeah. Martha, you are a good thing. I still love her Valentine's, her February edition, her Christmas edition. Actually, all the fall ones. I end up buying them every year. They're so good. Every year, they're so good. How could they still be this good?
I like how she dresses a dinner table. I like the way that she tosses a salad.
Tosses her salad.
I find Martha Stewart's spread very pleasant.
I bet you do.
It's a good thing.
It's a real good thing. So, Martha, there she is.
Martha.
Being friends
she's
with
you ever watch out? Do you ever watch Downton Abbey?
No. I hear a lot of people talk about it.
I never watched it either, but there's this meme about telling somebody to fuck off without cursing, and the elegance of language and being able to do that and being witty enough to do that. And Martha seems like she does that very well. Yeah. I bet she makes people feel, or it has the ability to make people feel extremely small without swearing at all. Not that that's a good thing.
That's my mom.
Don't do that.
If you end up listening to this show, I don't mean it a bad thing. I wasn't like spanked, but my God, I felt tiny most of my life. Yeah. But that's not a great thing, and you shouldn't do that excessively.
to anybody, and that's not a good mark of a manager. Although she is a good manager, or an effective manager.
Well,
if she's still that way, I hope she's grown and isn't as mean as she's thought to be.
Let's be honest.
It sucks that she would, but I do understand that women at that time just had to be mean in order to get anything done.
I feel like it's
or
a
had to be at least
thing too,
willing
like
to be viewed as mean.
I feel like it's a social class thing too. Once you're like up there so far, like you just act like and think you are truly better than everyone. You can do a lot of good things, but you still have.
I'm not so sure about that.
No? You don't see that for her?
No. Well, no. Maybe her. I didn't mean everyone
that has money, but a lot.
No, or I don't think class defines attitude or the way that you interact with the world. I think that's within you, money or not.
Yeah.
So I'm going to disagree with that point, but I'm not saying Martha Stewart wasn't that way. I'm just saying that that doesn't define everybody in her position. I don't think. Maybe it does. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know it. I don't know shit. I'm just a stoner who
doing a podcast
talks into a mic.
Does really so impressions. I'm just kidding.
Badass impressions. My one about Martha's mom, Big Martha. That's really good. Sounds exactly like her. Big Martha.
Hashtag that asshole.
All right.
So, if you want to tell us how much you love Martha, where would you do that?
I would probably say something on Facebook.
Yeah.
Or
Easy.
on Instagram. Twitter has been a lot more active. Oh. That's where Reggie Watts retweeted us.
Oh,
That's where you can see our endorsements from Mr. Godfrey. Thank you very much. And we will release you from our basement as soon as we get a few more likes and some ransom.
Yeah. So job almost well done.
Listeners, tell your friends, because it's kind of your fault if he doesn't get out of our basement.
We're putting this on you. So
it's your fault.
Like, share, and listen.
Tell us about it at highermindspodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Listen to us at highermindspodcast.com.
Yeah. Spotify.
Stitcher.
SoundCloud.
iTunes. SoundCloud.
I meant to check Pandora. Did you ever check that?
No, I haven't. You should check that.
I'll do that.
Anyway. All right. This has been the Higher Minds Podcast.
Thanks for listening. I'm Katie.
I'm Papa Darby. Deuces.
Bye.